Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Justin here with DTT. And today is a good day because 1, we're out at the range, and 2, we're going to be shooting this bad boy, the Journeyman Pro. By the time this video has come out, we will have already given you guys a decent detailed rundown of this rifle and why we are releasing it. But essentially, as you know, the Journeyman is our basic ground level starter AR-15, and the Journeyman Pro we have put together to just be just a couple steps above that for some of you guys who are not looking for like a starter rifle but are willing to spend that little bit extra money for something that's already a little bit upgraded. So instead of that super cushy padded adaptive tactical stock, we have our Magpul SL stock. We did the Break Arms Warhammer ambidextrous charging handle on here instead of the mil spec. We have the Magpul MOE grip on here. We have the Magpul backup sights instead of the little bit cheaper flip-ups that we have on the Journeyman. And we did put a Faxon barrel in this one as well, so a little bit nicer barrel. And on this one we have, instead of the bird cage, we have the big hole break from CAC Industries. Essentially what we're going to do today is just a little bit of a torture test. We're going to run 1,000 rounds through this thing pretty fast. I think we're going to do 10 shots on paper to start off, just to see kind of how it's hitting with these flip-ups out of the box. We haven't really sat at them in or anything. So we'll put 10 shots on paper at 50 yards, and then we're going to run a whole bunch of 1,000 rounds through it really fast, get it really hot, and then we'll do 10 rounds on paper again at the end to see if it's pretty much shooting the same. So yeah, we're just going to try and beat this thing up here over the next few minutes and get it nice and hot, and hopefully show you guys that this thing does extremely well. It's also worth noting that we have a plethora of various magazines here on the table. So we're going to shoot, we have multiple different brands. We even have a couple 60 rounders here. So we're going to see how this gun does with a bunch of different magazines. Most likely that's going to lead to a few little hang-ups because that's just how it goes, but we're going to shoot it with a bunch of different mags too. So that should be part of the whole equation. Just going to start with 10 rounds on this paper. Oh, also, this, I didn't mention this, but this does have the Davison Defense Wraith trigger in it, which is manufactured by Rise Armament, so a nice drop-in trigger was added to this gun as well, instead of that just standard mil spec. Going hot. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 down here. So we're hitting a little low because I was aiming a little higher up, but I mean, obviously it's not like a super tight group, but everything's kind of in that same area. Not bad for using those flip-ups straight out of the box, quick 10 rounds.
That's a great group for irons not sighted in and freestanding.
Yeah.
That is a good group.
Freehand.
You guys are good to do. All right, we're gonna just run the rest of this mag hot and fast. On to the next.
Gotta protect on the front.
And one more. Before we give someone else a turn here. It's getting hot. Really feeling hot. Just for fun and just for good measure, because this is a torture test, we're going to do a little drop into the dirt. Nothing too crazy, but have a little fun and probably get a little dirt and dust into that. Anyone else want to dump a few mags?
Sure.
Now that it's
Now you got super hot.
Now that it's a little too hot. Dude, look at it smoking.
I know.
Jeez.
He's got a gun.
It's ridiculous.
So that's 90 rounds so far.
Ready?
Whenever you're ready.
Let's do it.
She
Well,
is
hot.
You know, I'll say it holds pretty flat.
Yeah, it shoots way flat. Oh, there we go. Where's one of them 40s? Here we go.
40, let's go.
40 rounder. There's your 100 rounds.
So that's 190. So this thing's getting real hot real fast, as we knew it would. So we're just gonna toss some tape on the handguard, particularly around the gas block, because that's where it was smoking. We just want to try to protect ourselves
Too hot.
from some of that heat.
Tape won't stick.
It's a good question, definitely, of like what on this rifle is likely to fail first. I mean, obviously, hopefully nothing within 1,000 rounds, but you know, is it going to be a gas block issue? Is it going to be a potentially a BCG issue?
Krista, why are you spinning it?
It just gives you a little bit more distance from the handguard and gives you something to grip onto. It's like wrapping a hockey stick or a baseball bat. Ow, it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
I don't know that it does much of any difference, but I'm just trying to get our hands off.
But we're doing
off the handguard,
we're
right?
doing whatever we can right now.
Yeah.
Like well. Gloves? Oh, you want to go?
Sure, we'll run.
Run it.
Gonna run. Catch some of that smaller version of it.
I'm gonna go to the 60.
The malfunction.
Yeah, that's drove it all the way in.
Ammo problem. Cool 60?
Cool 60.
Now let's put 10 on paper real quick. Now that barrel's nice and hot. And you probably just put a bunch of holes in our target.
You think? Let's see where I'm at here.
Alright, let's go look at that paper real quick. You want to clear the gun? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
About right,
13.
'cause that's about how many rounds he shot. He shot more than 10.
Probably a couple that there were a couple that hit from your. So I don't know how many of those exactly were from that last 10. All of them. All 13. Listen to the sounds of the tape. A little torture test ASMR. It's toned down a little now, but.
Grab a handful of dirt and just throw it in there.
Just right on the BCG.
Yeah.
Some nice dust and debris. Oh, check your. We lost the trigger pin.
Oh, yep. We did lose a trigger pin.
Let me clear that because it's probably when I threw it.
Yeah, it's just spinning now. We'll give it going. We'll just keep tightening it after each shooter.
Yep. So trigger failed first.
Trigger pin.
Trigger
Oh,
pin.
trigger pins.
Anti-walk pin.
Ready for this?
Thank you, Miles, for having
Times
tools.
2.
The Mary Poppins range bag.
That sounds so gritty.
It is gritty.
She's ejecting so good. So good.
Half load.
Oh, yep.
Little hang up.
Ejection.
Air
Keep
one.
it going. Yeah, that was our first feed issue.
Oh, there's another one.
2.
It's mag.
That might be a mag
Could be a
issue.
magazine, yeah. Whose mag is that? See if it was mag, pretty sure. Good old fashioned P mag does us okay. Clean.
Clean. Heat going on the trigger and stuff now too.
A friendly toss.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Well,
I'm gonna go 30 more. Going hot. Gold mag. These pins are walking. Okay. Dude, that handguard sizzles.
yeah.
Actually sizzles.
Yeah.
It is hot, hot. All right. I mean, all of our small parts and stuff, everything's doing okay.
Just throw water at Rod while he's shooting.
Oh yeah, I should have told him to wear a white tee.
Like a Neutrogena
Woo!
commercial.
Yeah, hey, this is almost white. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Oh, we're getting sticky.
I don't think you're all the way in battery.
I'm not in battery. Yeah.
We could oil that BCG again.
I think it's needing some love.
Just a little love.
Little love, not a lot of love.
There we go. All right.
Getting freaking hot through a glove.
.40 rounder.
That's toasty.
Check those pins real quick just to make sure.
Yeah, it's walking again.
I just don't want to lose the. I just don't want to lose the piece.
Dirt?
Hey, Carl, we'll be back here.
Yeah, toss it. Give it a toss and then we'll give it a minute.
Dog, I double dog dare you. I triple dog dare you.
Dude,
Nope.
it's sizzling. Yeah, let's let it sit for a minute.
The Christmas story.
It's hot.
So we're gonna let it sit for a minute mostly for safety's sake, because things are getting a little hairy.
If we put an egg on it, it would burn.
Yeah, it's a very, very hot. So we're gonna give it just a minute. That tape is just burning.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's smoking.
Ew. Yeah, we're only about halfway there.
Run another 60.
Jumping right into 60 rounds.
Ooh, it's getting
Ooh,
gritty.
it's a gritty.
Getting gritty.
It's gross.
I'm gonna shoot a group of 10.
Okay.
And we'll finish off. I mean, just shooting that 10 rounds, she's hot. She is hot.
Hold on to the mag.
That's why I'm holding that mag well.
Man, that mag good. Feels like it's starting to want to slow down a little bit.
That's 100 right there. You think we should go check that group?
Let's go look at that group. Now we know we got a cold, clear gun. Oh yeah. It's more than a little hot. It's all right in here.
Where were you aiming? Where were you holding?
Right here.
Yeah. So it's
Center.
still grouping a little low, which
Yeah.
is consistent to our
We
very
haven't
first
adjusted
group.
anything, so
600 and 620 in.
Shout out to Pugs, gloves.
Yeah, right?
Shout
Yeah.
out to the Linden Junkyard for those. They get pug shipments all the time. Or I guess the dump out the junkyard.
Both bunkies. All right. It's getting a little gassy back here.
yeah.
I don't feel like my last one was that gassy. Six, 7 mags left.
Rod.
I'll go tape it. I'll go tape it.
This thing is hot. All right, going again.
What's that? Change how the ejection.
Feels like our ejection is
Watch the ejection on this one. It's weird.
it's getting a little
It's slowing down.
loose, a little
Yeah.
weak.
I still can't see it. That was better.
A little
the
better.
sound was crazy though.
That
Yeah.
last mag was just dropping them out.
Two more. And then that last mag, I'd run a group of 10. Oh. That cooked off.
That was a cook-off.
Yeah. But
Hell yeah.
we're running fucking hot
Safe
as hell.
direction.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, drop that mag. Let it cool
calm
down.
down a little bit. She's getting a little hot.
But hey,
Damn.
they both cycled.
Yes, they did. 2 cook-offs. They both cycled.
Damn, son.
In all my years, that's the first time I've seen that
A cook-off?
in person.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
And back to back.
I mean, so here we are about 920 rounds through this gun so far in the heat. It's 9:30 in the morning. It's hot, and the gun is sizzling hot. So we've had 2 cook-offs because of the heat. However, we've had 0 catastrophic failures. The bolt's running good. It's still ejecting. It's still racking rounds. The mags are still working good. It's a little slow in the ejection, so the gas system seems like it's a little on the hot side. So it's reacting a little different than it was when it was cold. So we're gonna run the last 10 rounds out of this gun after it's hot through another group and see where we're at on our last group of the 1,000 rounds, and we'll see how much that barrel has changed its grouping in the 1,000 rounds in the heat. But right now, man, this gun's running great.
Even that buffer tube
It's hot.
is getting too hot that if you're not all the way on the stop,
Yeah.
you're gonna burn your face.
You can feel it in the trigger even too.
Nice.
Running it hot.
But I mean, like, that's a whole bottle of water, and it's
Still sizzling. 2 more mags and then we'll do our last group of 10. Do we know that that target's all taped up?
It was, yes.
Okay.
You're good.
10 rounds.
Shoot a group of 10, and then the rest of that you can dump out somewhere else.
Thousand
Oh,
rounds,
no.
baby. There we go. 1,000. Oh, no, missed me.
malfunction.
There you go.
That's-
One
that's mag.
malfunction in
That's
1,000
mag.
rounds.
2 more.
There we go.
Could have been
There we go.
dirty ammo too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's go walk. Take a
Hey,
look.
look. Shout out to Goon Tape, because we put that tape on just a couple mags in, and I mean, it's burned and it's sizzled, but like, it's
Still
still
there.
on there.
it's holding up.
Didn't catch fire, didn't like melt all the way through. Soft tape for rough work is what they say, so. Shout out Goon Tape, shout out Pugs.
Right.
Let's see how this grouping did. I'm interested in, you know, obviously how hot it is, how many rounds just went through it affect the group, but also we tossed this rifle and banged up those flip ups
Yeah,
a couple
yeah.
times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know.
10.
But yeah, we're right there. We're hitting low. We're hitting
1,000
the
rounds.
same section as that first group. All right, so we put all our rounds through it, and we just let it sit to cool down for a few minutes. Probably a good 20-minute rest just to cool it down. We're gonna do 10 more rounds just to see how our group looks, putting it all on paper again. Again, we're not going for like super precise. I'm gonna just do standing shots, freestanding shots, and we will see how it does now that it ran hot and cooled down a little, but not cooled down all the way because I'm still wearing the gloves. clear, empty. It's okay. We'll work with it. So we got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then this guy down here, that was already there, so I'm pretty sure that's our 10th. Kind of threw that one off to the left. But that looks pretty consistent to the group that we shot previous. I would say we got like pretty consistent results out of that gun throughout the whole test.
Well, I think the biggest thing is the fact that it fed the whole 1,000 rounds pretty fairly consistently. And that like we got multiple magazines through it and it fed well. Heat and barrel, like most people aren't gonna deal with that in their everyday shooting, right? But different magazines and being able to get those to feed fast. I mean, we were shooting that gun at a good rate.
We were, yeah.
Yeah, and it was feeding awesome through the whole time. It's gonna feed your ammo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do not expect anyone. We do not expect anyone to buy this gun and go shoot it like that. But we know that it runs hot, it runs fast, it feeds. It took a bunch of different kinds of magazines and handled them well.
Likes it dirty.
Likes it dirty,
It
yeah.
runs when it's dirty.
Yeah.
Which is
runs
always
when
a
it's
plus.
Pretty dirty, pretty grimy
Yeah.
from the dirt, and also just that much
Oh, yeah.
gas
Yeah.
and grime getting in there from the carbon. And I mean, having shot it a bunch now, just having a bunch of quick time behind that trigger, like, it feels good. Shot pretty flat, shot pretty soft. It's a nice gun to shoot.
It is
really
nice.
is.
It's amazing for a quick drop-in trigger. Like
Yeah.
it's very comparable to anything else on the market. Obviously some of the other triggers you pay more money for run a little bit better. That trigger ran 1,000 rounds, super smooth, consistent, no issues, and we fired quick. So it's got a really fast reset, so it makes it nice.
Yeah, it's great. Shoots great, feels great. Journeyman Pro.
Yeah, buddy.
Let's go.
Rundell approved.